So we want to thank you for coming to our 4th annual Tesla Awards. Mary Beth Gotti is the chairman of the National Lighting Bureau and has just done a remarkable job. And before we start, let's give a round of applause to Mary Beth for everything she has done.
Just a little bit about the Tesla Awards. What are we trying to do? We're trying to promote high benefit lighting, promoting excellence in lighting, but not necessarily just pretty architectural lighting projects. We're also looking to recognize projects that have extreme collaboration, tough projects, complex ones that had to overcome a lot of obstacles to make them happen. Our first winner is the Center for Health and Well-Being in Winter Park, Florida. Again, Klein Bettridge Bernstein Lighting Design. Francesca Bettridge, Sang-Yok Lee, Jaeyoung Lee, Glenn Fujimura, Donald Roman, and Monica Lamas. So again, congratulations to the design team here. I think when you look at, what do you see when you look at this building? It's warmth, it's inviting, and it's that beautiful lighting of this undulating wooden ceiling which captures everything, this healing spirit from within and also visible from the exterior. Clever use of luminaires and controls. Terry McGowan mentioned kind of a theatrical lighting approach. So lighting the ceiling with a lot of careful calculations, which allowed the lighting, the luminaires to be concealed and to create this wonderful highlighting of this architectural feature. There's so much more I can say about this, but it's just a beautiful job, I think you'll agree. At night, the glowing wood structure is revealed and the lighting is thoughtfully integrated into the architecture. The sources of illumination are not readily apparent, so complex engineering, but the lighting solution is unfussy, serene, and welcoming. So again, congratulations, and I believe that you will be accepted. Congratulations.
I'm with Francesca Bettridge again, and we are talking about the job that they designed in Winter Park,
Florida. It's the Center for Wellness and Being. And it is really, the materials all reflect, all the natural materials and the openness reflect what they want for the community. Our biggest challenge was we're wonderful architects, due to paint architects. And our challenge was to really illuminate the materials so that it really glowed from the inside out, but had made them as invisible as much as we can. So it was a lot of engineering.
Sure. And
we worked with the architects where we needed to put in another horizontal beam to hide the light fixtures, but we were able to actually light all of the ceiling and the overhangs with essentially the same fixture, just using many different beam spreads. And so that was a lighting challenge, but it achieved.
Right. But again, I want to say, you talk about beam spreads, but you also added a beam to hide the lighting. So to me, that gets into architecture. How did that work?
Well, if you have a good rapport with the architects, and you have to do a lot of studies to see what is the best way to illuminate the materials. And we had there was a very long, clear story on one side that we could use, but we wanted to balance it on the other side. So we just said, can we have a long horizontal mullion or beam here so that we can put the fixtures in so that we can light the underside of the ceiling and the underside of the outside. And it really is a place for healing. There's a whole nutrition kitchen there. There is a running track for the seniors, a walking track. And at each end, we do have some decorative fixtures to make a seated area so people can sit and talk and communicate. So it's a place that welcomes health and well-being and peacefulness, and the surround supports it as well.
Well, I was not a judge this year, but I do understand the judges are always looking for collaboration. And the fact that you collaborated with the architect on this project is just, I know the judges found that very attractive.
Yes. I'm very lucky that I often work with wonderful architects. And
I'm sure they're lucky as well.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Francesca.
Our second winner of this year's Tesla Awards is the MOL Campus in Budapest, Hungary. This is the firm of Liszkunz Liszt, Daria Olezniak, Edmund Smida, Fanny Perrineau, Jahun Choi, I apologize if I'm pronouncing these incorrectly, Malti Simon, and Jasmine Hindi.
I think you did a great job on that.
I tried. The building really appears to be sort of a beacon, if you will. But you think about it, over 80% of the building's interiors are lit with daylight. So this is a very energy efficient building. This is about an 86,000 square meter project. The MOL Group is the leading oil and gas company in Central and Eastern Europe. And they built this centralized headquarters. Sustainability and environmental protection were very integral components of their corporate philosophies. So again, maximization of daylight, 3,000K, 4,000K, entire building features expanded metal panel ceilings, and the judges were particularly impressed by the fact that the integration of lighting, sprinklers, cameras, speakers, all integrated into the structure. So again, congratulations to Liszkunz Liszt, Andreas Schulz.
All right, now we're going to get one with the ball.
That belongs as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
happy. Be careful.
And I'm with Professor Andreas Schulz, and we're here to talk about the MOL campus in Budapest.
Budapest is a city of stone facades. There are no glass facades. A very historic, nice city. And Norman Foster introduced his campus, which is made of steel and glass. So it's the first real transparent building in Budapest. And that is quite interesting because we took that advantage to make the building look transparent at night. So the lighting design reflects what the building is made for, becoming transparent. And like you all know, in Europe it's all about energy consumption, and we try to be, let's say, ahead of everybody. So the average energy consumption per square meter is 3.9 watt per square meter. This is, let's say, a third of what you use in the United States. Yeah, so it's very sustained, and on the let's say, on the latest technology leading still. So we used LEDs which have 160 lumens per watt, and we started with the project 6 years ago. So it was always the latest technology we used. And
When did you start?
6 years ago.
Okay, so you had to continue to update
Yeah,
your spec.
Right.
Okay, so if you ended up at 160 lumens per watt, how did you overcome glare? And did you have glare issues?
Yeah, we have glare protection by special louvers which are developed together with the company. So all the luminaires are, I wouldn't say glare free, but they are better than UGR 19. And and we have, let's say, we have open space offices. So the last luminary you could see is 150 meters away and no glare. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. What was one of the biggest challenges you had on the job?
To deal with, let's say, Hungarians, because we are Europeans, but we all have our special, let's say, attitudes, no? And to get adapted on how they work was not the easiest for us, because we never worked in Hungary. But at the end, it turned out we have become friends, but in the beginning it was, let's say, not as easy as it is normally.
Thank you for that very honest description. I think that happens on a lot of jobs and people just don't want to admit it. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And our last winner, Stony Brook University, MART Building and Children's Hospital, Francesca Bettridge, thank you, Michael Hennis, and Naira Wanachot, thank you. So again, Klein Bettridge, Bernstein Lighting Design. Really a design that features the hospitality approach to healthcare lighting, just some beautiful, interesting types of finishes. The judges were particularly impressed with the variable lighting in patient rooms, allowing children in particular to play with the color of light within these spaces. So trying to create, a beautiful environment, a healing environment, and one that's got the playful aspect to it. This was a very interesting ceiling.
And I'm just going to add while she's doing that, I interviewed Francesca about this job about a year ago. And what she said to me, she said, think about if you're a parent or a child and you're in the hospital, you're terrified. You are absolutely terrified and you don't want to be there. And if they can use light and art to make people more comfortable, and that's what they tried to do, and I just think they achieved it. It is a gorgeous job.
I just wanted this particular special effect, kind of this water effect that was created on the ceiling. I think it is particularly beautiful. They said within the confines of a limited budget and a shallow plenum, we layered overlapping circles of 4,000 K LED neon spaced just inches apart, and some wonderful DMX controls to animate the lights. So again, congratulations.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. Francesca, tell us a little bit about the Stony Brook job.
The Stony Brook job is actually a series of a research cancer, a pediatric cancer, and a auditorium for scientists to come together. There was always a water theme. It's near the water. So if you look at the children's reception area and up in their rooms, there's all water themes. There's always referring back to that. And so the ceiling that's up above that has the overlapping circles is also referring back to water and to nature and to natural materials. And so it was very important that coming into a cancer hospital for children, but also research hospital cancer, that people felt that it was not only welcoming, but warm and accessible, and felt as if it was a place where you would want to be, not a place where you have to be.
Well, the circular lighting that we saw in the lobby, can you tell a little bit about how you did that?
Well, above on the ceiling, there is actually just a very shallow plenum. And so they wanted to have a special event up there. So that is actually neon, LED neon, and we have them arranged at different levels and in different sizes. And so they're also on a DMX control. So really within this much space, you get this whole feeling of the slow movement of the circles on the water. And so that was one of the challenges, to make something special out of a very small plenum area.
In your very long and prosperous career, you've done countless designs. How does this rank as far as some of your favorites?
I always love projects that are for people and the public. So I love this kind of a hospital that is also research, and it's for the public to come in. There's a wonderful auditorium, and it's for collaboration. And it's Caesar Pelli with the architects, along with Adamson, Econ. And so they were very helpful, and there was a great collaboration. And I've always felt that if I wasn't a lighting designer, I would have wanted to have a career with children. So that made it very important.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
That concludes this year's Tesla Awards.
Here's to the award winners, and here's to Mary Beth. Great job, Mary Beth.